He said it was out of love, but his love left me without friends, without money, and almost without a soul. Have you ever loved someone who seemed to want to protect you from everything, but in reality, just wanted to isolate you from the world? In this video, I'm going to tell you how I lost everything believing in a love that was, in truth, a carefully constructed trap. I was 27 years old when I met Renato. I worked as a physical therapist, had my own list of clients, and was in the process of rebuilding myself after leaving a turbulent relationship. I lived alone, had no children, and for the first time, I was trying to focus on myself. I met Renato at a coffee shop. He offered to pay for my coffee, started a conversation, and within minutes, he seemed to know me like no one else. He'd say things like, "I don't know what it is about you, but you're different." In the first few days, he would listen to me for hours. He said he felt at peace by my side, that he had finally found a mature, genuine woman, unlike all the others. And I felt special. Finally. It was like a fairy tale. He made me breakfast, sent me sweet messages throughout the day, and called me wife, even though we had been dating for less than a month. He talked about traveling, mentioned names for future children, and said he had already told his family about me. But along with the affection came the seed of dependency. With me, you'll never need anyone else again. Your friends don't know you like I do. Your family never truly valued you. I thought he loved me deeply, but he was slowly cutting me off from everything. I began to distance myself from my friends. Every outing turned into an argument. He made me feel guilty for going out without him. He would cry, say he missed me, claim he was having anxiety attacks. Only someone who doesn't love you lets you go out alone. A respectful woman takes care of her relationship. Before I knew it, I wasn't seeing my friends anymore. I blocked a few. I became dependent on him for everything. He even installed a spy app on my phone. I couldn't talk to coworkers without him asking, "Who's that guy? What does he want with you?" Once, he followed me to work. He waited outside and confronted me on the sidewalk in a jealous rage, accusing me of flirting with a patient. I became afraid to talk to any man, afraid to smile, afraid to be seen. Financial control and total destruction. In the third month, he lost his job. I offered to help. He said it was temporary, and he accepted, as if it were a right. I started paying for small things, then everything. I paid rent, groceries, gas, his clothes, his credit card bills. He said, "I don't want to burden you, but you know this is for us." When I suggested he start working again, he exploded, "So you think I'm lazy? I thought you believed in me." And I apologized. I felt ungrateful. Once, I took on extra work and earned a larger payment. I happily told him. The next day, my card was maxed out. He had used it to buy an expensive video game. When I confronted him, "It's to help me cope while I'm unemployed. Don't you want to see me happy?" I started working double shifts, and everything went to him. One day, I found out he had sold my laptop. When I asked him about it, "It was to pay one of your debts. You should be thanking me." I started hiding money. He found out and called me a traitor. "You think you can lie to me? That you can have secrets now?" He cut up my work uniform with scissors, saying that a woman who lies doesn't deserve to leave the house. I started doubting my own memory. He said I misremembered conversations, that I exaggerated, that I was aggressive. He started secretly recording me and showing me out-of-context clips. "See how you talk to me? See how crazy you're becoming?" And I started to believe him. I felt insane. I cried and apologized. One day, he locked my phone in a safe and said, "If you want your freedom, first you need to prove you're trustworthy." I went 3 days without any contact with the outside world. I felt like a caged animal. He controlled what I ate, what I wore, where I went. I started losing weight, my hair was falling out, and I didn't recognize myself in the mirror anymore. He got access to my email, my passwords, my phone. He started replying to messages as if he were me. He created a fake Instagram account pretending to be me and sent compromising messages to men in my contact list. Then he spread fake screenshots to my family, claiming I had cheated on him. My own aunt called me a slut. I started losing clients at my clinic. 3 of them canceled after hearing I was unstable. He said, "This is God punishing you for the things you've done to me." He told the neighbors I had violent episodes, told my church I was involved in the occult, spread rumors that I had aborted his children. My photos were shared in WhatsApp groups with humiliating captions. I was publicly destroyed. One time, he grabbed my arm so tightly it bruised. Then he hugged me and cried, "I'm sorry. It's just that I love you so much I don't know how to deal with it." I started sleeping in fear. I felt like a prisoner, but I still blamed myself. I thought it was my duty to heal him. He'd say, "If you leave me, I'll kill myself, and it'll be your fault. If I disappear, you'll have to live with that." One night, he took pills and sent me a voice message saying goodbye. I panicked. I called his mom, the police, emergency services. In the end, it was all a lie. He was drinking at a friend's house, and he still had the nerve to yell at me for exposing him. The turning point came in a brutal way. I got a call from a bank about overdue payments on a $15,000 loan, but I had never taken out that loan. He had forged my signature, used my documents to take out the debt in my name. When I confronted him, he screamed, "You owe me that. Without me, you were nothing. I made you a woman." That day, I froze. Something inside me shattered. I left with only the clothes on my back, hid in my cousin's house. I had a breakdown, panic attacks. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I started therapy, reached out to my sister, apologized for everything. I found channels like the one you're watching now. I felt less alone. I began writing. For every lie he told, I wrote down a truth I had forgotten about myself. I slowly returned to work, still in debt, still afraid, but with the certainty that I was alive. I recovered my name, reported him, and even though it was exhausting, the truth began to come out. But the hardest part was rebuilding myself, learning to trust again, learning to smile again, looking in the mirror without disgust. Today I know, this is not love. Love doesn't control, it doesn't accuse, it doesn't destroy. If I could go back, I would have believed the first signs. Those moments of discomfort we try to ignore are our intuition screaming at us. Today, I understand. Real love doesn't break you from the inside out. If you're living something similar, don't ignore your gut. You're not crazy, you're not weak, you're being manipulated, and you can get out of this. Comment below if you've been through something like this. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And please, believe in yourself. You deserve a love that heals, not one that destroys.